My name is Fergal and this is Leaf and Root Farm. We're in East Galway. Our farm is about 30 acres of land, runs down from the main road in a kind of triangle down towards a point and comes down into the bogland there really. It's most wilderness from there on. So it's about 25 acres of forestry, which is mixed woodland, I should call it, more than forestry, it's not plantation. And then we've got 5 acres which is our vegetable gardens and orchards.
My name is Manu and I'm the other half of Leaf and Root Farm. We have been here since 2011, 2012. We've been growing fruit and vegetables on this land for 10 years now.
What we wanted to do was to show that there was a livelihood to be had from the land. And I mean, I think in Ireland we're in a situation where local markets have been more or less eradicated, and at the same time we think that it's really important to get young people on the ground working to produce food for their communities and to make that a profession that we can be proud of. And we're lucky to have the support of, I suppose, local people who are buying food off us. We've got lots of different routes to market which we've experimented with over the years, and in recent times we've been lucky enough to build a very good relationship with the restaurants. The farming for us has always been about trying to do it in a way which leaves enough space for nature and which brings nature onto the farm. It brings insects and whatever other creatures that can help to sort of form a relationship where we can find a bit of a balance with the natural world and on the farm. This area we have a rotation going of 3 different areas. So like this would be the brassica, summer brassicas. We try and maximise the space. So like here you can see we've interplanted some of the broccoli with lettuce and things like that. The other section is this area in the middle is mostly flowers and medicinal plants. We have comfrey there, but we also use it now to grow things like Jerusalem artichokes, normal artichokes. We kind of have a mixed area, so we have some areas which are we use sort of, I suppose, minimum tillage with green manures, and then we have some sections of raised beds which are kind of no dig is the system we use in those areas.
We use actually the tunnel to let's say grow crops that they wouldn't grow outside, like tomatoes or peppers, but we use it as well to make the season a bit longer. Inside the tunnel is no till, and as you can see, we as well use it for certain aromatics and plants. So we have cherry, apricots, rosemary, some sort of hyssop, lemon verbena. We have thyme, lots of different things that attract as well pollinator, and we use the herbs as well for the restaurants. So yeah, we try to mix things together as maybe a little perennial inside the plants, and then we have more the annual plants.
This was where we had a lot of hazel planted along this side as a windbreak, but they were getting just too big, and we decided to lay them into a hedge. So you can sort of see here where we've just bent it over. I mean, laying hedges would have been a very common way of managing kind of natural barriers in the past, instead of sort of fences and things like that. So we're trying to create a living barrier there that has multiple functions, like so it's protecting us from the wind in the terms of the tunnels, but also providing a habitat there.
We try to leave the ponds, as you can see, a bit of wilderness around. We have some lovely nettles there, and we planted loads of hazel here, and like a bit to break the wind, as a windbreaker. So it's full as well. We intermix with other plants like Gelder roses and spindle and all those plants. To attract lots of different kind of pollinator insect, but as well birds. We have loads of berries as well, so we feed the birds all the time.
So we put these apple trees in, it must be 3 or 4 years ago now, and we've got comfrey planted at the base, and this system works really well because we've been able to cut down the comfrey and use it as a mulch around the apple trees. Just when it also attracts pollinators into these alleys at the same time that the trees are flowering. So it has multiple benefits, and comfrey is just a very useful plant on the farm anyway. And it's one of the ones that we use a lot of, making comfrey teas and things like that to feed the plants. But also, like I said, to just cut it and drop it around the base of these apple trees has worked really well for us. So. So we've got a stream which runs through all of the woodland, and when we were kids there were no trees here, and this stream used to run really quickly like a torrent. It just ran from one end of the land out the other side. But when the trees grew up around it, it just all slowed down. It formed these pools, like a series of pools all the way down where it goes through our land, and it's completely changed the whole sort of layout of the place down here. And we've seen lots of different things down here. We saw crayfish, and my mum saw an otter and things like that. So like it's there's a lot of life I think comes in when the water slowed down and just spread out a little bit. Who knows what the future holds? I suppose everything we do is a little bit as well informed by that idea of a kind of, looking beyond our own time frame. And I think that's maybe another thing which has affected farming and land use, is that it's very short term.
We are trying instead to build this relationship and this connection. Farmer has always been the steward and the carer of the land, and I think through this modern food system we completely broke that relationship, and here we are trying to reconnect instead with the land. We need to take care of it, not just to extract things from it.